Good afternoon, everyone. I just pulled the old didn't realize you couldn't hear me stuff. Don't laugh at me. It's been a busy day. Thank you, AB, for becoming a member. And thank you for everything that you do. I've never actually come right out and said it to you, but I just appreciate all the encouragement and the support from you and Tiffany. It means the world to me. So let me say hi to everyone real quick. Remy, Hakuna, Gigi, Lee Marie, Poppy. I know I saw Tiffany in here, Chelsea Morris, Where's Summer, Outlaw Trucker, Wind Dancer, My Opinions Only, Donnie, Purple Knights, glad you're here. Momo of 11, my right hand. Cheesecake Mafia, Leah, happy to have you guys. Helena Handbasket, Nana. If I missed anyone, I'm sorry, but I appreciate all of you being here. A lot of crap going on today, huh? So is anyone's mind blown by it, or did we all kind of see this coming? Because I'm pretty sure that I just talked about this on Friday, last Friday, and talked about, what was going on here. I think I even called it and said, oh no, that billboard came down for non-payment. So yeah. And that's exactly what happened, right? It was confirmed that it wasn't paid. And we only had a month that the billboard was actually up. So that's very disturbing to me. Hi, niece. Happy you're here. Tiffany, can you just type something in chat real quick so I can hook you up? Oh my gosh, my notifications. Ugh. Well, when I see her pop in, then Gigi, I have to get you taken care of too. Okay, I just logged in, so all my notifications are going crazy. So we'll give it a couple of minutes and then I'll add the rest of the mods. The rules are going to be simple. Thank you, Carrie. Um, we're not going to talk crap about anybody in here. I am though. Um, let's just keep the bashing in the chat to a minimum. I think that our subs and viewers have all faced enough backlash and BS from all of this. That's just my personal opinion. And it's because of the subs and the viewers that I'm up here pissed off doing this. I don't even know where to begin, but this whole billboard thing, I tell you what, you guys, this time of year, no one has the extra money for the things that people have been helping with. Um, but they do it out of the kindness of their heart. They do it because they love the causes that a lot of us stand for. They do it because they want this little girl found. And it's been 6 months. I mean, we're just going to round it out. It's been 6 months. It is what it is. Where is she? Does Chase know? Chase, I'm going to call you out by name today, buddy. So get ready. I was polite last week and I kind of hem-hawed around stuff and didn't really mention anybody by name, but I'm not giving you that luxury today. Not you. Because you need to be called out by name. You need to be called a few names, actually, but we're going to keep it simple. I couldn't figure out what the heck to name this stream yesterday, and then last night it just came to me. It came to me like a migraine. And clean up on aisle 7, right? That's been the running joke all week long is 7 this and 7 that. Our little community, our happy community that we once had has been torn apart. We're not gonna talk much about the fundraiser. That's a broken record. Um, I'm done with that. I'm done caring about it. I'm done stressing about it. Whatever's gonna happen with that, the IRS will handle it. The gaming commission will handle it. Let the authorities do that. This is something that's been going on in our own backyard, and I'm not happy. Donnie, thank you for becoming a member. Jenny's Cuddles and Kisses, thank you. I'll scroll back up and get everyone. But anyone who's become a member, thank you so much. I'm so happy to have you. And it's for all of you that I'll continue to watch all this shady stuff going on behind the scenes. It's for all of you that I'll continue to speak up and speak out about the BS that's going on. This person came into our community like he just had his very own superhero cape, right? He was going to do it all. The one who has done the most for summer, right? He's just taken everything on all on his own, had no help from anybody, didn't need anybody's help. Yeah, he's the one that's done the most for summer. He's the one that has caused division because the fundraiser was part of it, but this is how I view the fundraiser now. The fundraiser was like a test run. He tested the waters with that. He he gauged what he could and couldn't get away with, and he saw that there are a lot of people in this community that have big hearts and just want to help people and do the right things. And even if it was their last dollar, I can't even tell you how many people I saw saying, I'm going to give you my last $5. I'm going to give you my last $3. Let's get these billboards up. Thank God for Christy. I was a little iffy about her. And Christy Vincent, if you're out there, for all the nasty things I thought about you in my mind, I apologize. Welcome, Carol, to membership. Thank you so much. Um, because I did think nasty things about you because you were talking about my friend and you were slamming my friend, and I don't take kindly to that. Because if all of you over there on that side will open your little peepers now, you'll see that it wasn't Tiffany's fault. And I'm glad now that she released that phone call. And I hope all of you go back, the ones who are still having a hard time processing this, go back and listen to the claims that were made in that call. Because this doesn't have anything to do with coffee or anything else. This has to do with the fact that our subs, our viewers, everyone who comes and listens to us and gives us their time and energy all got screwed. And they don't deserve it. They don't deserve these mind games, not knowing who they can trust, which side of the fence to be on, what's going on with this, what's going on with that. Chase, why am I getting emails and messages wanting to know where the flyers are that you promised them in July? Can you answer that? I put it on a nice, sweet little community post, and it was just crickets. You acted like Stevie Wonder, couldn't see a thing. So that's one thing you have to answer for, and I'm going to hound the crap out of you until you do. So we're going to clean up our happy little community, and we're going to do our best to put the pieces back where they belong, but we're going to have to do it together because as far as I'm concerned, and I hope that some of you agree with me, as far as I'm concerned, the pettiness, the backstabbing, the name calling, the blaming people that don't need to take the blame, all that's done. When I log off of this stream, it's done for me. But if I see you doing shady stuff, I'm going to talk about it. So you better make sure that you hide it well, because I'm gonna find out. I watch it all, and I saw this coming a mile away. You want to know what Chase did for summer? Let me tell you what Superman did for summer. He created a channel 11 days before she went missing. He claimed to have all the love in the world for this little girl who he had never met in his life. He rode around on a four-wheeler with his camera pointed to the ground and made everyone think that he was doing all kinds of stuff. He even talked about, let's not fight against each other, let's work together. Yeah, I call BS on that, buddy, because you never had any intention of working with any of us. He put up a billboard. He did put up one. I guess it was him that put it up. Who knows? But one made it up. And I even said last Friday, I said, a rumor's going around that that billboard came down for non-payment. Well, yeah, that's exactly what happened. The contract was up. It didn't take a lot of effort to figure out that's what was going on. All you had to do is pull out the calendar and look at it. It's about listening, reading between the lines, and taking it all in and making your own assumption. You don't have to agree. You don't have to agree with me. You don't have to agree with AB. You don't have to agree with Tiffany. Sometimes we're wrong too. We're only smart 95% of the time. But you see where I'm getting at. All of this stuff was right in front of our faces the entire time. We didn't know this person, but we welcomed him into our community. Welcome, Nicole. Um, and we trusted that he was going to work side by side with us and that he really did love this little girl enough to take time out of his life and do everything he possibly could to help find her. I don't know where Christy came from. I've always been referring to her as the billboard sidekick, but I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to call her by her name because I even said it a few times. I think that she was getting hoodwinked too. I really think, and it's true now. She got scammed. A lot of people got scammed. So when I see this person going in very particular chats and dropping $100, $200, all these enormous super chats. Dear God, was the viewers paying for those? Because it kind of looks like that's what was going on. Oh, thank you, Tiffany Marie, for becoming a member. Little happy family. Um, it really does look like all this donated money that he was getting, it's like hush money. And because of, hey, Kat, because of the stuff that was going on with the fundraiser, oh, my dog's freaking out. That gave him the perfect opportunity to just weasel his way in there and do this to everyone. And yes, he weaseled his way in. He's a good sweet talker. He is a very good manipulator. He knows how to play on people's emotions. And then when you look at the people he's partnered up with now, they're a match made in heaven. They should ride off in the sunset together, but they better be back by next month because he has to go back to court. That was the first red flag right there. No one wanted to listen. He went to court for felony theft charges. And we're not talking like, I don't know, it's different in every state. Here, $500 is considered a felony. We're talking like 70 grand. Multiple theft charges, not just one. He didn't just mess up once, it was a mistake, yada, yada, yada. This guy's a thief. He's a freaking thief. And Trixie, I don't know if you're out there listening. You're gonna have to just make amends with everyone one by one on your own, girl. And I got timed out in a chat the other night for saying poor Trixie because I really wanted to believe that she didn't know anything about this. I really wanted to believe that, I'm not going to share her whole story. I don't know her whole story. I know that she has children. Um, Obviously, she's a single mother if she found love on YouTube. But I had a feeling that she was getting played. So, Trixie, I'm sure if you contact people one at a time, people might not accept your apology. I'm going to be quite honest because we can be cordial, but you of all people should have been more aware. You should have been more aware because you had a lot of control on a lot of channels, and that crap's not cool. And to see the way that you and a few other ladies flipped on Tiffany Marie, no, 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 ma'am. Unacceptable. So we're going to get back to the billboards because I'm shaken. I'm so aggravated. Um, so it came out this morning. Chasing and Mountain Girl were talking on True Crime Commentary about this whole situation. And I should have known that Chasing was going to get the facts. Like she's good. She donated money, so she actually had that right to call and ask the questions and everyone. Hey, Amanda. Um, and she got the answers we were all looking for, right? We knew that the billboard was only paid for 1 month. 1 month. And I figured that out. No one wanted to listen to me. Then he posted his little contract and it was kind of like in your face kind of thing. Nobody, it's in your face because I know business. I even said my dad owned a couple of businesses before. That was an estimate. That was an estimate of how much it would cost if all of those billboards went up. Doesn't become a legally binding contract until the ink is on the paper and the signatures can be seen. It wasn't even a work order yet. So that was his big in your face moment, right? Then it became there was a billboard going up, and each billboard represented an alibi, right? Tiffany made up the whole 7 alibis story. No dummies. While you're sitting there coughing on each other over your bowl of cheese dip, you should have been watching some videos and educating yourself because Don Wells is the one that said 7 alibis, not Tiffany. You can't even get your facts straight. And we're supposed to just hand over all this money and let you be in charge of the whole Summer Wells mission, right? Mm-mm. Nobody ever called and harassed that church. It was confirmed this morning. I confirmed it last week when I called the church myself, and they didn't have a clue what I was talking about. They were very nice, very understanding. I told them that I was, a journalist. Well, kind of didn't lie, and that I just had questions. And they said no, they hadn't received any threatening or harassing phone calls. So I already knew that was a lie. Well, that was the perfect explanation, right? Because everybody's already so mad at all of us, and there's so much hatred and division already in existence. So it's the perfect scapegoat, right? Everyone's already mad at her, so let's just blame that on her. I think she even got blamed for calling about the pallets of flyers. I mean, I don't know exactly what happened with that. That's really at the point that I started paying attention to him. Because before that, he was just some rando dude that came along. Now, I was told that he had a relative that lived on the street where one of the victims that I'm covering was killed at. Like that case right there, there's danger that comes with that case that I'm doing. A lot of corruption in law enforcement. Can you imagine if I would have pulled him in on that case and had him talk to me about what goes on Turkey Town? What could have happened? Like, I could have found myself in a very volatile situation had I let him get that close. And we're seeing it right now. Like, this situation is very volatile. It's blowing up our little community. Oh, yes, Tiffany. Don Wells said he had 7 alibis. It was, you remember the string that Molly did, and that's when he said it. He told I had to put that up there. Sorry, Tiffany. I know it's not really your fault. But, yeah, Don said that he had 7 alibis, told Candace she was going down. And when I heard Chase and that other guy, whose name we don't mention, were talking about it and saying that Tiffany said 7 alibis. So that's where the whole 4 plus 3 is what? 5 plus 2 is what? That's where that whole running joke came from. So today, when he was put on the spot with chasing, he said he had to take a phone call. Well, hang on, gotta grab the phone. I'll email you receipts. Yeah, that never came. I don't know that she's ever gotten those emails, but it doesn't matter because there's no receipts. Not from him anymore. Now they'll come from Christy. Christy Vincent, I apologize to you. If you have any questions, if you want to shed any light on anything, you can email me. That's all I know to say to you right now. I hope that everything works out with the billboards. You get them all set up the way you want them to be in the locations that you think are most beneficial. Um, so $1,500, 28 days. And that's what we got, November 1st to November 28th. Well, then what happens? I imagine on the 26th, he started panicking. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Well, let's just say that Tiffany harassed the church and we have to move to a new location. It never got moved to a new location. Not yet. But it will, because we're going to give Christy the superhero cape, because even after all of this, and I don't know the details yet of what went down between them two, I know that she got screwed out of a lot of money, and it sucks. It sucks because she and her husband lost a child. They know the pain, the real pain, not the party up on the hill pain. They know the pain of losing a child. And here they really thought that they were doing something so that if these parents were innocent, they could say that they tried to do everything they could to help them and bring their baby home. But it never happened. They weren't able to help in the easy way that they thought they were going to be able to. It got turned into a nightmare like everything else that has happened over the past 6 months. It wasn't easy for them. It wasn't just a here, let's write a check. She had trouble with her payment going through, and the company, there was a lot of back and forth just getting her money refunded to her so that she could just do what needs to be done and move on. This woman didn't deserve this. Our subs and viewers didn't deserve this. And that's what tears me up the most is because it's Christmas. In 15 days, you guys, it's Christmas. Yes, Libby, you're always late, but we forgive you. Um, there's people who are depending on help through another channel. Um, People say, "No, he wasn't supposed to be the donor," and things like that. Yeah, I absolutely think that he was the anonymous donor. I absolutely think that he talked all of this up and made this creator think that she was gonna be able to help the people in her chat or her sunshines, whatever they're called. Um, these women aren't gonna get this help now, and that I kinda haven't really dug into that situation yet because that I think it's gonna be a bit much. But they're not getting that help now. Single mothers, domestic violence survivors, people who are just going through it right now. The whole world is going through it. We're in a sad state of affairs. So to have the rug pulled out from under them like that breaks my heart. It breaks my heart into a million pieces. And what hurts even more is that I can't do anything about it. If I had an endless supply of money, I would make sure that everyone in need in our community had what they needed for Christmas, that they had presents under the tree for their children, that they had a nice Christmas meal to eat with their family, that they had warm clothes, that they had heat, water, everything they need to take care of their family. And to have someone who cares so little when it all comes out in the wash, I mean, he can't care that much, right? To have someone just come in, "Hey, May," um, and just plop right down in the middle of our happy place and act like they own the joint because they talked about doing a lot of good things. Does this man even realize the heartache and the turmoil and the drama he created? Because Mr. Nice Guy, ever since he got called out with that phone call, I see him. I see the crappy things he says about people and things that he's gonna do. So I guess it's safe to say that he's really not pressing any charges against Tiffany Murray because let's face it, the subs and viewers know his, gigs up. We're not footing the bill for it. And he obviously doesn't have money till the end of time, like another nasty little man claimed. Now everyone needs to take a good look at why that phone call was released. It's not about, oh, she recorded him, oh, she released it. It's the content of the call that matters. That's all that matters. And that was the whole purpose of releasing it to begin with. It wasn't some little mind game that her and AB dreamt up to try to make all of them look bad. He said Summer was alive and hidden somewhere, and they'd go get her in a couple of weeks. He said that while he was soliciting donations for billboards. Now it makes sense. Now we know why he was soliciting donations, even though he had made that claim. He was soliciting donations because he needed money for something. So what did he need the money for? You got some legal fees you need to pay? He goes and meets that crappy creator in the parking lot of the hotel driving a customer's car. How many customers' cars does he hot rod around town and doing his dirty deeds? That's a good question. So that phone call was released out of care and concern for all of you, not just the 250 people in here now, but all of you in our community. You guys were being taken for a ride. It wasn't about who was getting attention. It wasn't about who wanted to focus on them. It wasn't about someone being a diva. It was because we're a true crime community. What on earth made him think that he would get away with this? That's when you really start looking at the psychology of all of it. Is what kind of person does something like this to a community like ours? No offense to anyone, but we are some of the nosiest, most persistent, and pushy people that you'll probably ever come across. But we have to be because that's how we get the facts and that's how we get the answers. And that's how we're able to expose crap like this. He just comes in like a knight on a shining four-wheeler and just kind of takes over, right? Everyone's looking at him as the general of Summer's army. Who in their right mind would want to put someone who has been already convicted of felony theft and is now awaiting another hearing for the same thing? And poor Trixie tried to defend him. She tried to do the right thing by him and say, "Oh no, he's just a witness that's testifying." Girl, bye. Because I'm going to tell you right now, they don't put witnesses on the docket. They don't reschedule you if you're just testifying. There's not a whole song and dance like it is when your name is literally listed on there as the defendant. He's the defendant. It says it on his record. You can look it up. It's public information. So now all of a sudden we're just supposed to hand over all our money and hope he does the right thing with it. And I get it. No one wants to live their life thinking that they have to be suspicious of everyone they come in contact with. I try not to live my life like that. I'm probably one of the easiest people in the world to get along with until you screw me over. And once you do that, we're going to have some problems. And I think that it's safe to say that, I love if you're enough to me that I'm going to call you a friend, like I'm in it to win it for you. And I'm going to defend you. And I'm going to do what's right by my people. And y'all are all my people. And I don't like what has been done to you guys. And I know that there's probably a few in here that have donated to various causes. Oh, I love you too, Nay. Thank you. Um, as much as I want to, I love to just give, give, give. Like I will give until I have no more. But I'm going to tell you guys, and I hate to say it because I don't want to make any decisions for anyone. Just please, please, when you see people asking for money, just please make sure that you have a way for, okay, hang on a minute. Wrap view. I'm I mean, I know Tiffany can handle this, but Right View, if you're in here to cause problems, because I know where you came from, And if you're in here trying to call her on a phone number that you got in chat, you need to stop. So I hope you're not bringing that crap into my chat, because I'm going to tell you right now, I don't care what your little master over there says. I can have charges on you in a heartbeat. So I suggest you stop. I'm going to give you a second to respond to Tiffany if she said anything to you, and then you're out of here. Mods, if he doesn't have anything else to say to Tiffany, get him out. No, it's not. I'm not causing problems, LMAO. I've seen the thing when I say that I'm over in that chat all the time, seeing the crap that's said. Okay, right view. You don't dare me to do anything, and you need to be careful with the words that you use. But I'm not the one. You got the wrong one. You're not in here because you care about what's being talked about. You're not in here because you care about people getting scammed. You've been sitting over in that other chat for days praising Chase and talking about all the wonderful things he's doing. He hadn't done crap. So when you open your eyes and you educate yourself, then you can come back. But you're not going to sit up here and talk about calling my friend and crap like that and making a joke about it. Done. So this person came in and acted like he was going to change the world, change Summer's case, right? No, you messed it up. You're sitting up there with people who have made friends with the two people who are probably guilty. Something happened to that child, and I know that at least two out of those three adults know. And I can't wait for the day that they go down. Y'all are all sitting up there in the pool, acting like you're stalking Molly and stuff like that. Good for you. Good for you for showing the entire world what you're really like, as if we didn't already know. You people aren't advocates. You don't advocate for anything except yourselves. And you do it in the most vile and disgusting ways. Oh, good point. Very good point. Let's talk about tampering with Jody Sue. That woman has been through enough. I'm not saying that there weren't ever any embellishments or exaggerations or anything like that. She has a story just like the rest of us. We all have things going on in our life that break us down. She's been to hell and back. There's no doubt about that in my mind. And then you got people like Chase coming up with all these just like crazy scenarios, following her around and trying, you got to go to a hotel and this and that. Why? Why are you trying to separate all these people that are in the middle of this case? And it's just like, mind, you guys, I'm trying not to cuss so much, but mind effing them. Like, why are you doing that? Why did you lie to people about the billboards? Because I'm sorry, you do have a creator friend out there. I don't know if she's your friend anymore, Chase, but you had someone saying, well, maybe he just overextended himself. No, overextending yourself is overdrawing your bank account by 15 bucks because you got to get gas on the way home. Going around spreading people's money that you got, that was supposed to go to billboards for Summer, for crying out loud. For that sweet little girl that brought a lot of this together to begin with. That sweet little girl who is probably never gonna grow up to be the person she was created to be. That sweet little girl that after 6 months, we still don't know where she is. So, tell me, 423 Chase on the case, tell me how you and your friends have helped the case. Tell me what you guys have done for summer. I got all the time in the world to listen. I've got all the time in the world to wait for you to come up with an answer. But it better be a true answer. It better be honest. It better be from the heart. Or we're going to be sitting right back where we are now. And I'm going to be telling you that you're full of crap. So, Chase, why not hop on someone's panel? Hop on a panel and explain to us why you thought you could get away with everything that you did. Explain to us why people have been waiting, what, 4, almost 5 months for flyers? Flyers. You had the money to pay the postage. You could have mailed them out. You had more than enough money to pay the postage. Why haven't you been more transparent, open, honest, upfront about the billboards? Who really are you? Like, who are you even? Why don't you explain that? That would be a good place to start. You take your channel down, then you put up a new one. You take it down. That's another good question. Explain to us why someone who said he was hardly ever on YouTube might have listened to people a few times, just all of a sudden has a channel and is like winning an Academy Award. You know, he's the hero of the day. He does it all. Or why don't you get out there and you lead the apology tour? Because there's a few people that deserve an apology. I think Tiffany deserves one most of all, especially from you, you dirty little troll. You came up in here thinking you were going to troll a whole community, turn it all around. And you did for a little bit. You turned it upside down, sideways, back and forth. But we're going to clean up on aisle 7 and we're going to get your ass out of here. You're done here. Your services are no longer needed. We've got this. You haven't brought one fact to the table. You haven't done any research. You haven't, you probably hadn't even hung up a flyer on your own. You haven't gone to Indiana, Illinois, India, wherever it was you said they had the poor little child. Go pick her up yourself. Go pick her up yourself and you drop her off at TBI. I'll meet you there. How about you take some of that money that you stole from people? Shock us. Shock the crap out of all of us. Why don't you go in people's chats that you guys don't like anymore? And why don't you go play Santa Claus in there and drop your stolen money? Why don't you go send a $500 super chat to AB and send me 600? Why don't you go explain to all those single mothers, people who don't know how they're even going to be able to feed their children this Christmas, let alone have presents under the tree? Why don't you go up on that panel and explain why that fell through? Because I still think you're a part of it. People are saying you weren't just picking on him as donor, but it sounds like one of your schemes. And why don't you tell your bulldogs to stand down? Quit making dumb videos talking about money being offered to release phone calls. Because I think it's safe to say that if there's a phone call worth releasing, you don't know how to pay her for it. If this if it's something that needs to be heard, it'll be out there. But you know what? Those phone calls don't exist. It's just more deflection. It's just more look over there so you don't pay attention to what we're doing. You got a whole little team of scumbags over there. People that said that they were going to tear you down because of your copyrighted Chase on the Case slogan. They're your best buddies now, though, right? How much are you paying them? How much are all of these people being paid to keep these problems going? Because not a single one of them is doing anything to help. Not a single one of them actually ever talk about summer. It's all about Dawn and Candace and how well they're doing. Candace looks like she's doing great. Had all her teeth pulled out, was in a lot of pain one day, but then that night she was eating Japanese food and having groceries brought to her and going swimming in the dang swimming pool last night. And it was, there's all kinds of pools to go to. How about you just fill up the bathtub and take a bath? You're out there swimming and having a grand old time while your child is missing, while you got people at each other's throats over your child that you were supposed to be taking care of, Candace. You were supposed to be watching her that day. She got gone. And we care more about it than that other side does. That other side does not care about her one bit. They care about looking good in front of other people, looking like they're doing all these amazing things, being a good victim's advocate. They took that course, right? They might not have had to pay for it, but they Google stuff every day. And they don't even do that anymore. Now they just sit around and talk about people. That disgusting ass channel, the Cash App gang, collecting all this money to fund this trip to Tennessee, and then has the nerve to sit up there and talk about Marissa getting Cash Apps. She didn't need no help to make that trip. She's got it under control, trust me, because they're all adults. They all have households and things that they run. They live productive lives. But all you people are just criminals and scam artists, and you prey on people using emotionally charged situations to get what you need from them. So when's enough enough? No, Billboard Brad. I love that name. So let's talk about some of the red flags with Chase. Red flag number one, we've talked about felony theft, extensive record, mug shots to prove it. It's all public information. Go look it up. His name's already out there. I'm not going to feel bad about typing it, just so whoever needs to go look it up for themselves, because I know how people like to have their receipts. I'm not going to do the work for you. Go research. Look up his record. It's there. Then the flyers. Big old pallet of flyers, right? I think he said he paid like $2,000 for. Made a big stink about someone calling the printing company, which was blamed on Tiffany too. I don't know how many people have heard that, but there was some whisperings around that she's the one that called the printing company. And I think we know who said that. She's the one that called the printing company and like made a big deal about printing the flyers or some crap like that. Who knows? Then we have the billboards. Billboard, the one. Getting 5 now. 2 of them are being donated by the company. The other 3, Christy Vincent is paying for. So if you guys see Christy Vincent around in the chats, tell her thank you. Tell her you appreciate her. Oh, Scott H called the printing company. Well, that's another little weasel. We're not going to talk about him tonight. We are going to let Chase have all the glory, which is what he wants. Then we talked about the questionable date that he started his little channel. I know other people have said in chats this morning, we're not going to talk about this. We're not going to question this. We're just not even going to go there. Well, when I'm chasing things, I'm not just out for a quick little run. I'm in it to cross the finish line. So we are going to talk about it here. We're going to talk about whether or not Chase is actually sick. I'm going to probably say no, he's not. And here's why. He went to court on November 10th. November 11th, it was announced that he was sick. Why? Because that phone call had just come out. He was starting to catch a little heat. So, what better way than to just say, I'm so sick? No one's going to question that, right? We would be jerks if we questioned that. Well, sometimes I'm a jerk, so I'm going to question it because it pisses me off that I've lost family members to cancer. I lost an aunt because of leukemia. When you're going through treatments for any kind of cancer, the last place you need to be is in a crowded restaurant with that dirt bag coughing over a bowl of queso with no mask on. Your immune system is compromised. And I'm sorry, if there's someone that is going through all these treatments because they're so ill, they're not going to be hot rodding around town in customers' cars. They're not going to be, doing all these things. They're not going to be eating Mexican food and talking about bear spray. One minute he's at home so sick, can't get on a live stream, can't go on a panel, can't answer questions, ignores community posts like he just can't see anything around him. His peripheral vision is just, I guess he's blind too. You don't always have to look sick. Where'd that comment go? No, you don't always look sick, but your body does take a beating. My mom didn't really look sick before she died either. At the time she lived in this house, this was her house. She died right in my living room. She was on hospice. I did her hair, makeup, and nails that morning, and that evening she was gone. But I do know that when you have told people that you're so sick again that you're in the ICU, and then one minute you're telling people that you can't even get out of the bed, and then the next day you're out eating Mexican food and laughing and joking about 7 billboards and 7 alibis, you're sick, but I think it's more mental. And I don't know beyond a shadow of a doubt if he's not in remission anymore. Do I think that he's sick again? No, I don't. That is my opinion. And I don't expect anyone else to share that opinion with me. I'm not trying to sway anyone in any direction. And I feel horrible that I even have to question it. But with everything else that we're finding out is a crock of crap, then yeah, I'm going to question that too because the timing of everything was very convenient. in a pandemic. There's like 500 different strains of COVID right now, and we're only seeing a portion of them. Just walking to your mailbox now is a risk around all these cruddy people breathing all over you, coughing, it's gross. You take a chance every time you leave your house. So why? Why on God's green earth, if you're so sick that you've been in the ICU and you're undergoing cancer treatments, are you putting yourself in a position where you could lose your life? All it would take would, if he really was going through chemo, would be catching a common cold. That could be enough to put him in the hospital that he may never come back out. So when people were like bringing questions like that up, and we were all getting cussed out and blocked and kicked out of chats and timed out crap, why didn't anyone think about those little things? It's not wrong to, like want to get to the bottom of things. You had this person come in and just really win people over, gained their trust, and just he put himself on a pedestal and left all of us who have actually dedicated ourselves to these victims and these cases, left us sitting on the ground, like we're just some dirty old hound dogs that don't know anything. We're smart people. So your first clue that this little charade wasn't going to last long is the fact that we do sink our teeth into stuff and we do research and we watch and we observe. I haven't been very vocal lately because I've been observing. Sometimes it's best to keep your mouth shut and just watch what's going on. Don't go all in defending people if you're not willing to take the time to actually observe. This guy messed this whole situation up as if it wasn't bad enough from the fundraiser. Oh, yeah. Now I do remember that. He said Tiffany was begging for wine and cigarettes in the middle of the night, so he sent her $50 in a cash app. I'm sorry, I've been on the phone with Tiffany before, and not once has she ever begged for wine and cigarettes. There's been times she's run out of cigarettes. You know what she did? She got her butt in the car and she went to the store and she got some all on her own because she's a responsible adult. She didn't need anyone to send her money, but people believed it. People latched onto that for dear life and just used it to charge all this other crap. They used that as the basis for believing all the other dumb lies that he told. So, Chase, where do we go from here? How are we going to fix this? You're the brilliant one. How do we get back to where we were? Because we're going to get back there. I'm determined. I'm a new kid on the block, but I set up shop on this block because I liked the people. I liked the missions. I liked the dedication and determination that a few creators showed of these victims. It felt right. So to have this person come in and screw it all up, I'm not happy. I'm not happy with how our subs and viewers have been treated. So Chase, I'm challenging you. All that money you stole, I want you to start cash apping people and I want you to give them their money back. I don't care what you have to sell to do it. You get some money from the Cash App gang gang and you start sending people their money because you're stealing from them. Even though They gave it to you willingly as a donation. It was misappropriated. It was fraud, and you're a fraud. You're not Chase on the case. All you're doing is chasing your tail, trying to figure out how to keep all your lies straight. Theft by deception. That's exactly the charges that could be pinned on you. Yes, Red Ruby Sky, he could be prosecuted, especially since he's already on probation for felony theft. You're a thief. You're not a good man. You're not the only person that's done anything for Summer. All you've done is played some sick game to benefit you. And it makes me sick. So for all of the subs and viewers who got taken for a ride, since I know he is not ever going to do it, I apologize. I apologize on Chase's behalf that he has no morals, no values, no heart, and no ethics. He does not belong in this community. So crawl back under the automotive rock that you came from. Handle your legal problems and get your life together because this isn't working. Hang on, I have to mute out for a second because my child needs something. Okay, sorry. So I apologize to all of you for being taken advantage of, for having your emotions, like it's disgusting what was done. And I promise you that if you had just come to the true crime community with Summer's case, it's not always like this. I'm sure it has its bumps in the roads like everything else. But in the 6 months that I've been here, have never witnessed anything like this. So I know that I will always keep watch, and I'm not going to allow someone to do something like this again. If I had the money to pay all of you back myself, I would, but I can't do that. And on behalf of Summer's community, Summer's Army, we appreciate that you wanted to donate for her billboards. I know if Summer could know about it, she would appreciate it. I think there's a lot of creators that appreciate what all of you did. What's done is done. So from this point forward, I say we start fresh. We get back to doing the things that we need to do to help these victims and help these cases. I say we quit giving life to the scumbags on YouTube. We quit saying that certain people are victims because there's one victim in this case. One victim, and that's Summer. She is the only victim. The money was supposed to be used for billboards. Hang on 1 second. Sorry, guys. Okay. my daughter wants cake. The money was supposed to go for billboards. If you're just tuning in, someone had a question. Billboards for Summer to get her name out there to try to help, the investigation, to try to help find her, right? Because some people still want us to believe that she was abducted and she could be anywhere now. No, I don't think that's what happened. And I think that with Andra and Jonathan and Marissa going out there, I think that became very apparent. I just no. No, no. If you want to donate money, give it directly to the bank. Just send it directly to Civis Bank. One of my mods, could you drop the reward fund information, please? And yes, naturally, I want to see that reward fund go as high as it'll go. If that's what, obviously, people around those parts are driven by money, right? Well, isn't it funny that the person that was saying that a lot of us were responsible because we knew something and we were trying to jack up the reward fund? Isn't it funny that Chase is friends with all them now? So who's trying to get the reward fund? Because it's not us. There's something going on with those people. There's something going on with these newly formed friendships. There's always a motive behind a lot of things that those people do over there. So what is it? That's the next thing I'm going to be digging on. That is the next thing I'm going to be digging into, and I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to find a connection somewhere because I'm looking at this from an investigative standpoint. I'm looking at it the way law enforcement looks at it. I'm looking under the floorboards, in the corners by the baseboards. I'm looking under the covers. I'm looking behind the furniture. I'm looking everywhere. Exactly. Donnie's army of convicted felons. They all should be real nice and cozy together. But I want us to put our community back together. We don't all have to like each other. We don't all have to get along. We don't all have to share the same opinions. But I think that since we're all adults, we need to respect each other. We need to act like adults and, just respect that we have different opinions. Nobody needs to be doxxed anymore because look, let's face it, that was something that was done to Tiffany because of all the crap that Chase was saying. For whatever reason, that person felt like he had to come to Chase's rescue and, do all his dirty work. And that's another thing, little man, you little weasel. You're getting all these people to do your dirty work for you. You don't even do it yourself. Everything's so secretive and just weird with you. So, what was really going on at that P.O. box? Do you still have that P.O. box in Summer's name? How many checks have been sent to you through that P.O. box? And why did you have to have Christy send you $2,000 to your family members' Venmo instead of yours? Inquiring minds want to know. Are you trying to keep your hands clean so how you have all these people doing all these things for you? Are you trying not to break probation? Because I think you just did. on multiple occasions. So what are you gonna say when you go to court next month? You gonna try to get another continuance? Are you just gonna tell it like it is and be like, "You know what? I messed up. I'm addicted to stealing. I stole a bunch of money from people on YouTube, promising them a billboard or 7 for a sweet little girl named Summer Moon Utah Wells, who went missing on June 15th, 2021, while she was at her own home up on a hill with 2 adults and 3 boys." Is that what you're gonna tell them? Or are you gonna call in sick to that hearing? Say you can't be there? I remember when you told that scumbag over there that you would be there the day he woke up in the hospital. Maybe y'all can get a room together because neither one of you got anything wrong with you. I know where you can have a room together. Waiting room. Because neither one of you need to see a doctor. You might need to see a psychiatrist, but you don't need to see a medical doctor. And yes, Chase, I'm sorry, but if you are sick, I think we're going to need proof of that. And that is so like unethical to even say. And it just, but that's where we're at with you. We don't believe anything that comes out of your mouth. You're a liar, a cheat, a thief, a scammer, and you took advantage of people who didn't deserve it. All I care about are the victims and the subs and the viewers. I care about my creator friends too. That's not what I'm saying. That I'm not here to work for them. I'm here to do work for the subs and viewers and the victims and their families. All of that has kind of been derailed lately because we've had to deal with all this other crap. And you need to apologize to Trixie too, because I have a feeling that she might have known a fraction of the crap you were doing, but I don't think for 1 second that you ever told her the truth about very much. I'm happy. I never want to say, oh, I'm happy that someone's relationship failed. For all I know, they're still, planning a wedding. But if they do separate from this, I'm happy that it happened now and not at a point where she was so invested and her children were invested in this man's life that any more people had to get hurt. And that's just the way I feel about it. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. This whole situation sucks. I'm embarrassed for you that you thought you could get away with this. I'm embarrassed for you that you had the nerve to get up here and just like fabricate story after story. I mean, you had an answer for everything. Don't you guys think so? He had an answer for everything. We've had people, viewers and stuff, that have really lost their lives recently. Someone lost their life on Monday. Gosh, I always forget her name. And then rumor has it that one of my faithful subs lost her life this week, and I haven't been able to find out if it's true. Because she lives in another country, but she used to call me all the time and message me at least once a day, and that just stopped. Yes, Denise Mitchell. So if anyone knows anything about Scooby, can you guys please reach out and let me know because it's breaking my heart the not knowing. Um Wonder about the inside joke about 7 was on everyone that gave to the billboard fund. The joke about the 7 is because people started questioning why the billboard was taken down, and we were given the excuse of harassing the church and stuff. Well, then we were like, "Well, when are the new ones going up?" Everyone had all these questions. Um, so the very next day, he posts that it says contract at the top, but it's an estimate. It would become a contract when they signed it. He posts that, and that's supposed to just appease everyone, satisfy our curiosity. There's the answers we need. Everything's great. Um, but that wasn't the case. So, okay, Scooby is gone. That was like a knife to the gut. Can everyone put prayer hands in the chat, please, for Scooby's family? Sorry. I know that she had been sick, but I was just in a chat with her last week, and she never said anything to me. She never told me that she was sick, but that's just the kind of person she was. And I loved Scooby. She was great, and I'm gonna miss her. I'm gonna miss getting those voice messages from the times that she would call me. There was such a time difference that I could rarely pick up her calls. But she was good to me, and I gonna miss her. Thank you guys. I know that she would appreciate it if she was here. So back to the inside joke about the 7. When he posted that estimate, it had 7 billboards listed on it with the dollar amount. And that was supposed to be proof that the billboards were going up, and kind of his in your face moment where he told all of us. No, he didn't tell us anything except how ridiculous he is. So then it turned into the 7 alibis, saying that I guess he was trying to allude that Tiffany made up that Don had 7 alibis, but that's not the case. It really came out of Don's mouth himself. If you guys want to hear it, go to Molly Go Lightly's channel and look for the stream where Don was on there with Laura, Perplexed QT. And it was the part, I think it was towards the end, where he told Candace, I have 7 alibis. You don't, you're going down. And that's where the 7 came from. The joke between Chase and another creator, it was 1 billboard for every alibi. It was a stupid inside joke, but that's what it is. So that's why when you see the gross guy and Chase meet up in the parking lot when they were doing their math problems, that all equals 7. That's what it's about. So, someone also said Chase has 7 cars. So, lots of 7s. Um, oh my gosh, Dick Dollar, you crack me up. In every chat I see you, and you just got jokes. But I appreciate comedy. So, is there anyone that would like to come up and maybe talk about any personal encounter that they've had with Chase? I'm sure there's stuff out there that we don't know about. I'm sure that there's been a lot of behind the scene things that we don't know about. Does anyone wanna come up and have a little Friday night chit chat? He probably does have 7 felonies, to be quite honest, or he might after this is over with. I'm sure that, in order to press charges for this situation, it could be a little tricky, but it can be done, because it's definitely theft by deception and misappropriation of funds, right? Because he did it under the guise of it being like a fundraiser. So he was illegally taking donations, on a platform that you're not supposed to do that in that way. He did that. Wire fraud. I'm sure there's all kinds of little charges that could be added on, but the most concerning is just, yes, TJ, that was the stream where Dawn hit Candace, allegedly. I'm gonna drop a link in the chat. So if anyone would like to come up, I would be happy to have you. You do have to show your face before I let you up, because I'm not getting porn bombed. Yes, Moonshadow, all of this will come back to him, and it's not gonna be good. Um, Definitely not. Could you imagine? I couldn't imagine living with myself knowing that I did all of this to these people, especially on a case like this. It's not like it was an adult's case, you guys. This is a little girl. This is a sweet, innocent little girl who didn't deserve this. She did not deserve to have her life just, I'm gonna say, taken away, because essentially she did, whether she's still with us or not. She had her life taken away. Everything she knew was just gone in the blink of an eye. So where is she? Can we all agree that from this point forward, that we really pay attention and we really listen to things and really check them out before we just run with rumors? I think Mountain Girl and Chasing talked about that this morning. People are so quick to just hear things and not even hear all of it, just hear bits and pieces or see tiny little things in a chat, and then they just run with it. And I talked about that last Friday, how important it is to do your research. If we can't all agree to do our research, then that right there tells you that we're in the wrong community, because that is key when it comes to stuff like this. You have to research. Yes, Red Ruby Sky, some people just do not care at all. They see it as a chance to make money. I talked to a victim's mother, not my last stream, but the one before that, and she said she absolutely feels that good creators who actually put the work into it and not just regurgitate stuff, um, that we do deserve to make money for our time and our effort, because we give the victims a voice. And no, Red Ruby Sky, absolutely will not believe an apology. I'll accept one, but people don't really owe me an apology. I don't care. I want people to apologize to my friend. That's what I want, because she didn't deserve any of this. And if people are still torn on that, then they need to go on her channel and look at all the over 80 videos that she did about Summer. They need to really watch every single one of those streams. And then when they're done watching those 80 videos, they need to go to AB's channel and look at all the hours she spent on panel with him talking about summer. And then come back to me and tell me who's actually done the most. Because being in it for summer is not sitting up on a stream talking about people and, building up Dawn and Candace like they've done no wrong. That is not what being an advocate for summer is all about. And this whole guilty until or innocent until proven guilty. Okay. But they look guilty as hell. So either we're all crazy and need to have our eyes checked and our ears checked because we've all seen and heard the same things. And I'm not saying that parents who are in situations like this don't have bad time. They don't self-medicate. They don't want to drink themselves to sleep. I'd probably be on 15 different medications and swimming my way to the bottom of the bottle as much as possible if one of my children were missing. The difference is I would be doing it behind closed doors out of the public eye. I wouldn't be showboating it all over YouTube and talking about private investigators and NDAs and, stuff like this. I mean, they're putting up security cameras like they're damn celebrities. When you're living up there and you know that that area is the wrong side of the tracks, wouldn't you have all that in place before you started bringing babies home from the hospital? Wouldn't you secure your compound and make sure it's safe before you bring children home? Why wait until one of them goes missing to do it? Oh, they have a manager? I didn't even knew that. Okay, I'll drop another link. I didn't know they had a manager. See, that's crazy to me. That is absolutely crazy. All right, the link is coming. Okay, I just put it. I'm going to pin it. Am I going to pin it? Yeah, I don't know how to do that yet, y'all. I'm still a rookie. Anyway, the link's there. I didn't know they had a manager or a spokesperson. I used to joke around and call all of those other channels their public relations team. And I think that's kind of like that's what they appear to be. And the games that those people have played, like with the leaking information and stuff like that. Oh, we know this, but no, you don't know anything. You know what Don and Candace want you to know. That doesn't mean that you know anything that's, more relevant than we know. They could be telling y'all anything. And of course, they're going to tell you anything to make you think that they had nothing to do with it. It's what liars do. It's what criminals do. They don't want to be judged for this. They can't handle it. Can you imagine the judgment they're going to face, though? Eventually? That's far worse than anything any of us could ever dish out. You can advocate for someone quietly and not make a spectacle in front of everybody. You can be kind to someone and empathize with what they're going through without doxing people. you can speak up about guilt versus innocent and when you should discuss those things without making crappy videos making fun of the way someone looks, without inciting hate and encouraging your chats to become involved. We just saw a perfect example earlier when Rap View was in here. I've seen that person sitting in chats on those other channels day after day, laughing it up, all the little jokes about, creators from our side, talking about how dumb we all are, and, people are on disability and people are, just exploiting Summer. I've seen that person over there, and the stuff that that person laughs at and says, it's not nice. So that person was not here because they wanted to be. That person was here either because they volunteered or they were told to come over here and see what was going on. Why? Because they're a little carrier pigeon. The only thing is more often than not, these carrier pigeons, the only thing they drop off is a load of crap, just like the real pigeons do. You're not able to get on? Hmm. What does it say on your end, Moon Shadow? Like, is it just not letting you on? All right, here's the link. Actually, hang on. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get a link up here for her. Come on. Okay. Now try. There we go. Oh, thank you, Carrie Chatterbox. I don't really run a tight ship here. I mean, I like to hear other people's opinions. That's one thing about my chats. Like, I welcome. I know everybody says we welcome all opinions and this and that, but like, I really do. It does. I mean, I think that people can share their differing opinions without being jerks, right? Like, they can. I can. Let's see. Yeah, okay, with Scott H. No, we all have our opinions about Scott H. I have, he's called me some names. He blames me for some things that didn't happen. He blamed Tiffany for some things that it wasn't either one of our faults. He said that we doxed him and things like that. And even after he was told that it wasn't us, and I know he was told it wasn't us because I was in the chat when he was told that, even after that, he never tried to contact either one of us. Hey, Roswell, baby, he never tried to contact us and apologize for the disgusting names that he called us. So, and yes, he yelled at Tiffany on more than one occasion. And I'm sorry, I feel like if you're in the true crime community and you're advocating for anyone, the last person a man needs to yell at is a female. You just don't do it because I'm sorry, the true crime community is full of survivors of many different things. And so when you start verbally abusing women, it's just not a good look for someone who's representing victims. That's just my opinion about it. That's how I feel. And then when you see the people that like support it, you know, when you see people supporting things like that, like how can you sit there and say that even as subs and viewers that you're for victims when you're allowing that to go on, you know, when you're allowing someone and you're supporting that person and laughing at the jokes that that person makes about someone. It just, the two don't go hand in hand. Oh, thank you, Carrie Chatterbox. Yes, we are all here for a little summer. You guys, I haven't even been really involved in her case that much, but this little girl, she has won me over. I mean, I feel like I've gotten to know her. I've just grown to love her. You know, I have. No child deserves this. That little girl just got up that morning and just thought she was going to go swimming and just have a good day. Something went wrong. Something went very, very wrong. Hang on. We're gonna do something real quick. Hello? Hey, hang on, I'm gonna put you on speaker. Can you hear me? Do you want to say hi to everyone? You're on live right now.
Live what?
Live stream. You want to say hi? Mr. Justice is on the phone. Yeah, they can hear you. They can hear you talking.
What's up? This is Billy Mack.
Just don't tell that. People will get excited.
They ain't gonna let us two escape justice. I'm living off other people's taxes.
Living off other people's money, other people's donated money. We've been talking about Chase on the case and how he stole a bunch of money for billboards.
Chase would never do something
Oh
like that.
no, not Brad. His name's Brad, so because he calls himself Chase and we've all known him as Brad, we call him Chad. All right.
Hello, everybody.
No, I'm going to tell him. Okay, so we were talking about this last night. My husband's name is Benny. So we were thinking that it would be a good idea for him to come live.
Benjamin, not Benny.
Well, his name's Benjamin. But we were thinking that it would be funny if he came on live with me one day and we named him Benny Justice. Because we had a feeling that that would really get under someone's skin. We could start we could start your own channel. Your channel could be Benny Justice.
Well, I'm a Christian man, and I'm not going to do nothing to violate my. I don't want to disappoint anybody. I don't want to nothing like that.
Moon Shadow, can you just turn your camera on for just 1 second, and then I'll add you? Okay, let me call you back in a minute. Okay. Okay. Love you too. Bye. Moonshadow, I'll add you. You just have to turn on your camera real quick. Thank you, AB, for both of those. I appreciate it. Moonshadow, if you're having trouble with your camera, then you can just say something to me in private chat and I can try to walk you through it. But if you don't turn on your camera, I'm sorry, I can't let you on. Not with everything that's going on. Okay. I got to see your face, though, something that's going to identify that I'm talking to a real person. I can't see anything right now but white. And I'm not really familiar with you. So, can anyone vouch for Moonshadow? Four, two, three, fleece. That's a good one. Okay. Well, sorry, Moonshadow, if I can't see an identifying, I don't know, showing me the ceiling isn't going to cut it. Though I'm sorry if you're a real person and just confused. Like I said, you can type to me in private chat and I'll walk you through it, but I can't see a face. So anyway, getting that phone call threw me off. So yes, Summer's day her day didn't go as planned. She was ready to start school, you guys. All you mommies out there, do you remember what it was like when your child went to school for the first time for kindergarten? Like, I remember what that was like. So, she had her whole life ahead of her. So, I think that we need to stop spending time on the drama. Stop spending the time on tearing each other apart because it does no good. Have any of us stopped talking about all the things they don't want us talking about just because they make fun of the way we look? Or, I mean, crap, even doxing people has not gotten anyone to stop talking about it. Because this is what we do. I'm not stopping for any of them. I'm going to keep representing these victims. I'm going to keep giving their families a voice as long as I don't think that their families are responsible. When your child goes missing, and even law enforcement says everyone is a suspect. I didn't say that. Tiffany didn't say that. AB didn't say it. Cracking Cases didn't say it. Mountain Girl didn't say it. None of us said it. Law enforcement said everyone is a suspect. So why don't you go dock some of those LEOs? Why don't you go talk about the way they look? See how it works out for you. Exactly. Once a criminal, always a criminal. It is what it is. And if it's something else, Chase, then we would all love to hear an explanation. Make it make sense. Because right now it doesn't. Nothing makes sense about why you took all that money from people and didn't follow through with what you were supposed to do. tell me? Hang on one second. I mean, I think I've seen you before. I don't know. And there's also cloned accounts, so I just have to be really careful. In Moonshadow, but can you just try to like give me the peace sign or something? You know, so I need to see that it's actually you. I'm sorry, but I can't. Oh yes, his tactics and antics and the people he associates with. Yeah. Let's talk about those people he associates with. Um, he's made all these new friends, right? And have nothing to do with really have the girl believes, you know, she has children, she has a job, and that's why she's like, she tells people, don't try to dox me. You come real life, and I'm gonna slap you with a lawsuit so fast. Okay. But how can you say that, Miss Thing, when y'all are all sitting there saying it's public record once you're a public figure? These people are manipulative. They have nothing at all going in their lives. Nothing. They don't, they live off lawsuits, stealing, and the government. They lie consistently. Remember that brain surgery? Hadn't happened yet, has it? Something about Medicare Part B. At 42 years old. Then you've got people like Sandman, whoever, coming out of the woodwork. This is what they do. And they'll prey on anybody. They'll be your mortal enemy 1 second. The next minute, they want to be best friends. Okay, I dropped the link again, Moonshadow. Go ahead and grab it, and then we'll figure out the rest. I'm sorry. I'm being so paranoid. But I'm not trying to see anyone's willies tonight. I'm really not. Okay. Thank you, Lee Marie. These people crack jokes and laugh in our faces every day because they're just happy about the way they treat people. They, yes, I'm the only one that will see you, I promise. Um, they think it's hilarious that they've stolen this money from people. They think it's hilarious that they themselves, who have been writing petitions and things like that to stop the exploitation of cases on social media, it's a game to them. They didn't care about cash. They didn't care about the West Boys. They don't care. Yeah, I think I can do that. Keep my picture up and just, I don't know. I've never done that before. Hakuna. We'll see. She hasn't tried to come on yet, but when she does, we'll get it figured out. Um, so essentially, because they've done all these crap things, you know, the subs and viewers aren't important to them either. So nobody wins in this situation. Um, except their pockets. Their pockets are the only thing that win, right? How do we get these people out of here? What can we do? I mean, one of them we already got rid of once. He just keeps coming back like a bad rash. And I'm sure that I'm going to get an earful about me tomorrow. I'm ruffling all kinds of feathers right now, and I'm really not even saying anything that bad. I'm stating the facts, but I'm going to be annihilated for it. And that's not cool. These people have no remorse, no concern for anyone except themselves. They are willing to throw someone's real life into upheaval for a couple of extra bucks. You don't see me up here begging for cash apps the entire time. If people feel like they want to give me cash apps, go give it to Summer's Reward Fund, please. The real one at the bank. You don't even have to buy a coffee mug or a phone case that has Summer's sweet little face cut out of it. We have to stick together for these victims. They need us. Summer needs us. I'm going to start talking about her more now. I don't know why I've waited so long. I know one reason is because I have a hard time with kids' cases. I really do. I don't know that that's something I will ever come to terms with. But you know what? I'm going to be loud and proud for Summer because she deserves it. In the beginning, I thought, man, if Summer could only see how much good she has done. You know, it was great when Jeannie and Mary were able to share their truths. That was like so amazing and so liberating. And to just see that snowball into other victims and survivors being able to find their voice and share their story and tell the world, you know, yes, something terrible happened to me at the hands of someone else. And I'm not ashamed anymore. You know, I found my voice, I found my power, and it's not okay. You know, we've gone through all of these, you know, curves and twists and turns and hills and valleys, and it's been one heck of a roller coaster ride. And in the beginning, it was all good. And now it's all bad. Every day, it's something else. Someone else stole something. Someone else scammed someone. Someone's not doing this right. Someone needs to be doxxed, and you just can't do that. You can't create victims while you're trying to advocate for two people who aren't even victims. They're the victim's family. I don't know how many times I have to say that. When you go fill out paperwork at the police department and they're documenting the case, when you fill in the blank for victim, it says Summer Moon Utah Wells, age 5 years old, however, 4 feet tall, 42 pounds, 47 pounds, blonde hair, blue eyes. The only time you have multiple victims is if it's a mass killing, mass shootout, a car accident. But even then, each victim gets their own case file. So let's raise to Donna's victims responsible. She needs to be forefront. It's not about getting on Candace grocery. According to Don, He's all the time. They can buy their own groceries. They don't need Chinese food or that food or whatever the it's called being responsible, being an adult, managing your money. Do people in crisis situations deserve a treat every now and then? Yes, by all means. But there are organizations and people for things to help things that should be need. It shouldn't be on the backs of the consumers, and I know people want to do things out of the kindness of their heart. It's time people in the spirit, yes, I feel bad for her brothers too. That breaks my heart as well. But those boys are in the best place they could be and the best place they've been their entire lives. They're safe. And I hope that their school situation, I hope I don't know how to fix my audio, guys. I live in the woods, so things happen. Maybe is it better now? I might just have to. Yes, Texas Chaos. They are having a childhood, and that's great. I am very glad that they're having a childhood. They deserve it. They're going through this too. And in this situation, yes, they're a victim to some things. They were a victim of neglect. They're a victim of not having parents that pulled themselves together when they became parents. But I hope that they can overcome this and grow up and use this experience, this horrible experience that they've gone through in their young lives, and that they're able to turn it in to something good. Wouldn't it be amazing if one of those boys grew up, or all of them, if they grew up and they were able to start some kind of like nonprofit or some kind of service to help other people, like siblings who are in a situation when they have a sibling that goes missing or that loses their life. In fact, there was a time where people were saying if the reward fund was never collected, what is something we could do with it so that it was still put to good use? And I commented and I said, I don't like that it just like, don't get me wrong, I've donated to the Center for Missing and Exploited Children. And that's great. But I think that it would be amazing if the money, the reward fund money, was put into a trust for the brothers. So that way, they could either use it for college or at a certain age they could get it. Imagine the possibilities if they were able to start their adult life 20 steps ahead of where they would be, without that available to them. It was just a thought, I think that would be good. These poor boys have a lot to work through too. They really do. They can't, this is going to haunt them forever. Because now, not only do they not know where their sister is, but they're gonna start working things out in their head. If it doesn't ever come out definitively that either one of them or grandma was responsible, if it's never come out that, yes, this is what happened, this is who is responsible, they're going to have to go their entire lives wondering why this happened. And the way a child's mind works is they might not recognize things for what it is at the time, but as they grow and as they learn and as they mature, they look back on things and they're going to see the red flags. It's going to start to make sense. And could you imagine being a child and having to grow up separated from your family, your entire family, and not know if your parents had anything to do with why your sister's missing? That's heartbreaking. These boys are going to need some therapy, and I hope that someone provides it for them so that they have the best possible chance of getting through this and coming out stronger on the other side. And that's how I look at every situation in life. There are situations that we all go through. I've been through some where I feel like it's literally going to kill me. Like I'm done. I can't take one more second of anything. This is it. If anything else happens, I'm done for. And then I get through that situation and I feel more empowered and stronger than I did when I went into it. And I want that for those boys. I really do. Oh, thank you, Jesse, for subbing. I'm glad you found me too. I don't do streams that often, Jesse, so don't get too excited. But when I do, I try to really bring it. I'm a busy lady. I have kids of my own and I'm a college student, so that right there should tell you something. Um, but I just want the best for this family. I want the best for Don and Candace. I want them to get their crap worked out so that if and when they are found innocent and they get through this, I want them to pull themselves together and try to make a good life. And yes, they did inherit the addiction gene times two. And it's a long history, right? In the family. Thank you, Moon Shadow. Welcome to membership. It's a long history that goes throughout the both sides of the family. There's been some addiction issues and things like that. And maybe that's what's wrong with Chase. Maybe he's addicted to the spotlight. Maybe he craves that attention. Like he's just got to have it. Some people are like that. Some people have to feel like they were lacking appreciation or recognition in other areas of their life. So they resort to things like this. Maybe that's what's going on with him. Whenever I see someone do some shady crap, I don't just like shun them or I like try to get to the bottom of it. I try to like really analyze and think, okay, why? Why are they doing this? And I try to understand them. And when you try to understand people a little bit more, then it makes sense. Like even with that guy, the guy we don't speak of, I see him. I see what's going on there. A lot of us just say, oh, he's just an evil dude. And he is. His acts are vile. That was pretty bad stuff, by the way. I'll never publicly talk about it because that's not a story to tell. Unless, yes, he's not eating, sorry. Unless he comes at me for doing this stream and does some really foul, then I just might tell a story. Or at least give my unprofessional opinion. He is the way. I think people try to understand each other a little bit better and try to not just, take everything at face value and just say, oh, well, that person is just an asshole. That's why they act like that. No, that's not necessarily the case. A lot of times when people have bad behaviors, it's a cry for help. But proceed with caution before you get sucked in and try to help any of those people. These days, especially, you have to constantly be on guard. It's hard to just go make new friends. I'm old school. I'm very old school. You know how people say, I might talk to you, but it takes a long time before I consider you a friend, or you have to earn trust with me. Everyone starts considering a friend. Does that mean they're my best friend and I'm going to tell them my whole life story? No. You're nice to me. I'm nice to you. We're friends. We'll progress and we'll grow a relationship as time goes on. So I operate in the opposite. You start out as a friend. I start out trusting you. It doesn't mean I don't have both eyes open and I'm not watching you like a hawk, because I am. But then as you start to do things that are not so nice to me and things like that, then you lose that trust until we're down to zero. And if we get down to zero, you're done. I have nothing left for you. I'm also a very forgiving person, because there's been many times in my life where I've needed to be forgiven for mistakes I've made. My husband and I, we can fight like cats and dogs. So if you ever want to know about how many times I've had to be forgiven, he'll tell you a lot. He's had to be forgiven a lot too, though. That's kind of the way human nature works. But stealing from innocent people for no good reason, there's no good reason to have done it, right? Not that I've heard. Maybe Chase will shock us and he'll give us a good reason that he needed to steal from people. Maybe he was, I don't know, he doesn't even live in his own house, does he? So it's not like he had a mortgage payment that was due. Okay, scratch that. There's no good reason whatsoever that Chase should have stole that money from anybody. I'm not going to make excuses for him. I'm not going to make excuses for any of the other people either. And I'm going to start winding this down soon because it is a Friday night and I've got cookies to bake. And I know other people are going to be going live. I just wanted to get up here tonight and let Chase know that you're done. You're done in this community as far as myself and a lot of other people in this chat are concerned. We're done allowing you to take advantage of our subs and viewers. We're done allowing you to come in with your sob stories and making empty promises. We're going to take back the true crime community from all the drama whores who have brought the drama into this community. Because that's something else that my friend Tiffany's been blamed for. She's been blamed for bringing the drama in. But it's not her. All she's been trying to do lately, all anyone's been trying to do lately is talk about summer. But nobody can do that. Because anytime someone opens their mouth and starts talking about summer, you got 50 other people over there all going live and making dumb Snapchat filter videos and crap and uploading them. We get it. Y'all don't like any of us. The feeling's mutual. So you just stay over there and you advocate for whatever it is you think you're advocating for, but stay out of our way because we have actual cases we want to talk about. So they obviously failed at the Be Better, Do Better challenge. So we're going to shoot for New Year, New You. How about that? Get all this crap out of your system and we'll just come back twice as strong in the new year and hopefully finally start getting some answers of what happened to Summer. We'll start getting some answers for like Aaron Key's mom or Caitlin Ledbetter. You know, let's find her. She's missing in Tennessee. Joshua Bohannon's missing in Tennessee. So let's all start talking about that and let this other crap go. Yeah, that one's good too. Where did it go? Where did it go? Welcome, Tawanda, to membership. Thank you for the support. And you guys, that's another person that got royally screwed over in all of this is Tawanda. She wanted to do right by Summer. Just got talked about and yelled at and, you know, just like shouldn't even matter. Once they get the money, you mean nothing to them. I'm not going to let that happen anymore for all of you. I'll throw myself in the fire if it means that our subs and viewers don't get taken advantage of anymore. To all the new members, thank you very much. This is exciting for me. I'm happy to be here. I'm very appreciative. Thank you for the super chats, super stickers, anything I missed. If I didn't get to say hello to everyone, I have been watching the chat. That's one thing I always try to do is watch the chat. You guys are great. I look forward to being a part of this community for quite some time and going through these cases together. Welcome, Hakuna. I think that we all collectively have a lot of intelligence between us, and you never know. We just might solve a case one day. You never know. So, for all of you, I will continue to bring facts. I probably am not ever going to be that person that just brings it to you, though. I'm going to tell you where to find it because, like I said over and over, I want all of us to get in the habit of seeking out those answers. I hope all of you have a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. I'll probably do another stream or two before then. If not, and I don't get to talk to any of you, then I wish you all the best. Safe, happy, healthy holidays for you and yours. I will see everyone either in Discord shortly or on the tubes tonight and in the chats. Remember, this is a fresh start. Let's try to be the bigger people. And if you see one of those people, say hi to him. Not Chase. He doesn't deserve anything. But one of those people, like rap for you. If you happen to see them in chat, say what's up. Don't let them think that they're getting any of us down. That's key. Purple Knights, I'm glad you got to be here. You guys, if you haven't subbed the Purple Knights yet, go over to my community page. There is a link to their channel. I'm all for supporting new creators. Let's just support each other. Be kind to each other. Remember, before you judge someone, take a step back and try to understand a little bit. Doesn't mean you accept what they do. It doesn't mean you have to like it. It doesn't mean you agree with it. But sometimes just trying to gain a little understanding kind of keeps your own reactions in line so that you don't end up doing something that, someone can call you out for. I will talk to all of you soon. Thank you for being here. And if you have any questions, anyone's free to email me at crimesceneuncovered@gmail.com. We can talk one-on-one, and I'll be happy to answer any questions for you. If you're not familiar with the Aaron Shane Key case, you can go to my second channel, Crime Scene Uncovered, and you can catch up on all the videos. I will be doing an interview with Lisa Key, his mother, coming up soon. And I will also be bringing the story of Taylor Ann McAllister, another tragedy that has never gotten justice. So you can check out her story on Facebook. There's a lot of videos on YouTube. You can also Google her. Taylor Ann McAllister, a beautiful soul who was taken from this world too soon. All right, love you guys, and I will talk to everyone soon. Bye.